Hello everybody, I am joined by Shaun Deeb, who is in contention for the Player of the Year race at this point against some heavy competition, but you've had a fantastic summer, made a deep run in the main, won a bracelet, deep in that 10K 6max. I feel like you're looking at me like ready to say something.
Well, I was basically going to say no one's heavier than me, so that you gave me a good pun, but you just kept talking. So, I had to beat everyone to that punch.
I hate puns. Everyone knows I hate puns. Well, talk to me a little bit about, I think a lot of players, they don't think about the Player of the Year, but then as soon as they're in the running, it becomes a really important goal and they really start chasing it. So is that what's going on with you?
Well, basically after the first week here, I had like 7 cash, I think, in the first 8 days of the World Series, and I was like, I have a shot for POI. I didn't realize at the time that the formula had changed drastically from last year because they didn't like the way it ended up with Ferguson winning the way he did. So they made it way more top heavy this year, and I didn't realize that until after I won my bracelet. I saw that I was way up there, I was all of a sudden leading. So it's definitely, affects some of the play in decisions with the formula. I think the formula has a lot of errors, in the main event and when I was deep, from 246th place to 10th is the same amount of points. That's not right. That's not fair. So I end up missing
days of play.
Yeah, that's 2.5 days of work for nothing for POI, and I missed multiple events because of it. So I definitely think there's still tweaking need to be done in the formula. I think this is something ridiculous, like my 15th or 16th cash of the summer. So it's just awesome. I've had a great time. Obviously, winning one of the biggest events of the year is insane, especially PLO that I'm not even that good at. But I don't know. I just can't believe that I'm in this spot with this much equity, with this likely to win POI. Whether it's 20, 30%, it really depends on my finish in the 6max.
Well, we talked a little bit about this before. Earlier in the summer, I was literally running back and forth between you deep into events, and I think that it's obviously going to change your decisions in terms of what fields you're getting into, what tournaments you're buying in. But at this point, are you just buying into basically everything? And how much more difficult is it to play like that?
It's crazier than you think it is. I bagged day 4 of the main event, and I bought into the 3K PLO. And I just bagged, I went over there, went all in blind the first hand, 3-bet the next hand, ran back to the main event, played 30 minutes, bagged, then ran back to that one, played an hour, busted. And then I was like, when I bagged for day 5 or 6 of the main, there was some other event going on. I was just like, this is too much. I think it was a 3K limit 6max. So I can't play another tournament during the main. The main's getting deep enough. I'm playing for millions of dollars. It's time to focus on the main. And then immediately I bust in the first 30 minutes of the main, and I'm so mad that I'm not in the restart of the 3K 6max. So that's just kind of what happens. But there's still a few more events here, and then if I don't get a big enough lead, I'm gonna have to go to Rosdorf, which I really don't want to go. I think the events and schedule is very poor to offset. Financially, there's no reason going. It's too expensive to go there for too low buy-ins early on, and so. But I'm gonna have to.
All about that victory, though, baby.
Yeah, I live with every summer the last couple of years with Frank Casella, and he reminds me every single morning about how he's won Player of the Year, how Ben Lamb's won Player of the Year. Mercier, I'm good friends with Gordo. I'm good friends with every time I look up in that room and see all those Player of the Years, I'm friends with most of those guys, and I think very few of them have played the volume I do. Very few of them have the edge I do in some of the games. So I definitely think that POI is not just skill based; it's also insane variance. There's 100 people a year have a shot of winning it, and then there's 500 people you never heard of that win a bracelet and final table early. Then all of a sudden they're playing the $1,500 Raz, the 3K horse, and they don't even know the rules of the games. So it's definitely awesome. The camaraderie between the POI guys is great. Every couple days, Hennigan sends me a text, either some needle, some video. When he got knocked out in the online event, he said, must be nice, because he assumed it was me just out of pure luck. Ended up being Chance, one of my best friends, who ended up winning the bracelet. So, but I think POI is not evil competition. No one's losing. We're all having great summers. We're all having the time of our lives. We're all fucking physically exhausted from the grind.
Especially you, because you're running.
Yeah, I'm not made for running. I'm not made for this. I hope to never have to do this again, because if I don't win it this year, if I'm ever close again, I don't know what I'm going to do emotionally. I might need a psychiatrist or whatever, therapist, someone to just walk with me for my mental well-being every single minute of every single tournament, because I'm going to fucking lose it.
Well, everyone knows, I love all the guys in the game, but I would sure love to see you do it. I love you. I love your family. You're my homie. Shaun Deeb, you guys are with us here on PokerNews.com.